Not your router, not your internet plan, and probably not your provider either. So why does your Wi-Fi feel perfectly fine during the day, but fall apart every night? Videos buffer, pages stall, calls freeze, and speed tests still say everything is normal. That's the frustrating part. Because the problem isn't speed, and it's not something tests are designed to catch. Your Wi-Fi isn't slowing down. It's fighting something you can't see. And that fight only happens at night. During the day, your Wi-Fi lives in relatively open space. Fewer devices, less interference, more room to breathe. But at night, the environment changes. Lights turn on. Smart TVs wake up. Neighbors get home. Streaming starts everywhere. And suddenly, your router isn't alone anymore. It's surrounded. Wi-Fi doesn't travel through wires. It travels through air. And that air is divided into invisible lanes, called channels. Your router broadcasts on one of them. So do your neighbors. And here's the part most people don't realize. Your router doesn't intelligently choose the best lane. It follows a default, a setting designed for convenience, not performance. At night, dozens of nearby routers wake up and flood the same channels. Streaming services, game consoles, smart speakers, security cameras, all competing for the same space. Your Wi-Fi signal doesn't weaken. It gets crowded. Like trying to talk in a quiet room, that suddenly turns into a packed stadium. You're still speaking just as loud, but no one can hear you clearly anymore. This is why restarting your router doesn't work. A reboot puts you right back into the same crowded lane. Upgrading your plan doesn't help either. More speed doesn't matter if traffic can't move. And moving your router won't solve it. Because the interference isn't coming from inside your home. It's coming from everywhere else. Here's why this only happens at night. Most routers use automatic channel selection. That sounds smart. But it usually happens only once, when the router starts. During the day, channels look quiet. So your router locks in. Then night arrives, and the air fills up. But your router doesn't move. It stays stuck, fighting in traffic while better lanes sit empty. This is why speed tests lie to you. They measure raw bandwidth, not signal conflict, not interference, not congestion in the air. So everything looks fine on paper, while real-world performance collapses. Now here's the fix. And it's simpler than most people expect. You don't need new hardware. You don't need faster internet. You don't need to call your ISP. You need to change one setting. Inside your router are multiple Wi-Fi channels. Some are heavily used. Others are barely touched. By manually selecting a cleaner channel, you move your Wi-Fi into open space. Same signal strength, same speed, less competition. And the difference is immediate. There's also another factor most homes miss. Many routers still push devices onto the 2.4 GHz band by default. That band travels far, but it's extremely crowded. Bluetooth devices use it. Microwaves interfere with it. Almost every nearby router uses it. At night, it becomes chaos. The 5 GHz band, on the other hand, is cleaner. Shorter range. More channels. Far less interference. Phones, laptops, and TVs perform better there, especially in the evening. Simply separating devices correctly can instantly stabilize your network. This is why Wi-Fi feels unreliable, not because it's broken, but because it's unmanaged. Routers are powerful, but most people never open their settings. They rely on defaults, and defaults are designed for ease, not crowded environments. Once you understand this, the pattern becomes obvious. Wi-Fi drops after dinner. Streaming struggles at night. Video calls fail in the evening. Same house, same router, same plan, different airspace. Imagine driving on an empty road all day. Then suddenly, at night, every car in the city joins you. Your engine didn't fail. The road did. Changing lanes fixes it. This is why some homes swear their internet is bad, while others on the same provider have no issues. They're not using more speed. They're using better space. Most people never touch Wi-Fi channels. They never separate frequency bands. They never optimize for time-based congestion. So the problem repeats every night. But once you fix it, streaming stays smooth. Calls stop freezing. Gaming latency drops. Not because your internet got faster, but because your Wi-Fi stopped fighting invisible traffic. Your router wasn't failing. It was stuck. And now you know why. So tonight, before blaming your plan, before restarting again, before upgrading anything, fix the lane your Wi-Fi is driving in. Because speed doesn't matter when the air is crowded. And now you know how to clear it. If you want more videos breaking down invisible tech problems and how to fix them properly, follow, subscribe, and stay curious. Your Wi-Fi didn't betray you. It was just never given space to breathe.